Verse 12, it continues, Ke ageneto iatos epitis gis, tessera conta imeris, ke tessera conta nictas. And rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. 13, enti imeritavti isilthe noe, sim ham Japheth, ii noe, ke igini noe, ke e tris ginekis ton ion av tu, med av tu, is tin kivoton. And in this day Noah entered, and Shem, Ham, Japheth, the sons of Noah, and the wife of Noah, and the 3 wives of his sons with him into the ark. There were apparently no polygamy going on in this family. He each had 1 wife. Doesn't mention any, 3 wives of his sons. So there, it doesn't mention, I see here, any children they had. Anyway, verse 14, Ke panta ta theria kata genos, ke panta ta katini kata genos, and all the wild beasts, according to genos, genus, in classification, is a derivative. Ke panta, pandemic, all over the, happening to all the people, the demos, people, pan, all. The cattle, and according to type, and all ke pan erpeton kinumenon epitis gis. Kinumenon, we have kinetics pertaining to motion as a derivative. We should underline these here, and we have that one there, and genos. And ke pan petinon, helicopter, according to kata genos, according to type. In verse 15, Isilthon pros noe, istin kivoton, theo, arsin ke theli. And they entered with Noah into the ark, 2 by 2, male and female. Apo pasi sarkos, underline that with a sarcophagus derivative. In esti pneuma, pneumatics, we'll underline that. Zoes, all these derivatives. Verse 16, Ke ta isporevomena, arsin ke theli, apopasi sarkos, and the ones entering, male and female, from all flesh, isilthe, katha, and atilato otheos to Noe, entered as God gave charge to Noah. So they did exactly as God said. And how wonderful it is when we do what God says, then we will not suffer His wrath. It's a lot easier to do what He says rather than to go against Him. Ke eklese kyrios o theos, tin kivoton exothen, of 2. And the Lord God locked the ark from outside of it. So they went in, and somehow the door was shut by God, and it was locked. Verse 17, Ke ageneto o cataclysmos, tesserakonta. It came to pass, the cataclysm is the derivative for the flood. 40, imeris ke tesserakonta nictas, 40 days and 40 nights. Ke aplethinthi to ethor, ke apire tin kivoton. And the water multiplied and lifted up the ark. Is now a boat. Ke ipsothi apo tisgis, and it was raised up high from the earth. Apo is from, the preposition. 18, ke epikrati to ethor, hydro, the water prevailed, ke aplethenato, sphodra epitis gis, and multiplied exceedingly upon the earth, so it's rising up higher. Ke epipherito ekivoto sapano to edatos. Do you remember where we saw this before? This word right here, 2018, epipherito, born upon the water. It was in Genesis 1:2, where the Spirit used the same word, bore upon the water. So this gives you a little bit of an idea what the Spirit was doing. Verse 19, to deidor epikrati sfodra, epitis gis. But the water prevailed. And when you see the sfodra, that means exceedingly great, double, upon the earth. Ke akalypse panta ta ori ta ipsila in ipokato tu oranu. And it covered, akalypse. We have the apocalypse, that's the uncovering, and this is the opposite. This is the calypse in the past tense, akalypse. All the ori, mountains, or is a derivative, which were underneath the heaven. Verse 20, Thekapente pichis apano ipsothi to idor. 15 cubits above where the water was the water raised. Ke epicalypse panta ta ori ta ipsila. So it covered all the mountains. 21. Ke apethane passus sarx kinumeni epitis gis. Ton petinon, ke ton ketinon, ke apotherion, ke pan erpeton, kinumenon, epitis gis, ke pas anthropos. And there died all flesh, moving upon the earth. Again, the kinetics moving of the winged creatures and of the cattle and from wild beasts, and every reptile moving upon the earth, and every man. Anthropology is the derivative anthropos. In verse 22, Ke panta osa ehi panoin zois, and all as much have the breath of life, the panoin. We have pneumonia, the pneumoni that comes similar spelling, has to do with breathing. The breath of zois, so online these two right here. Ke pan oin epi tis xiras, the dry land, the xerosis, pethane died. 23. Ke exilipse pan to anastima oin epi prosopu passis tis gis. And he wiped away every height which was upon the face of all the earth. Apo anthropu eos catinus, ke erpeton, ke ton petinon tu uranu. From the face of all the earth, from man unto beast and reptiles and winged creatures of the heaven. Ke exilif thisan apotis gis, and they were wiped away from the earth. And if it wasn't for his having an ark with these animals, it would be the end of the earth. But he spared, as he says he will spare in the second time he destroys the earth by fire. We'll go into that later. And he will spare a small remnant. Otherwise, mankind would cease to exist. Ke kata lifthi monos noe ke imet avtu intikivoto. And he left behind only monos, monogynous, married once to one person, and the ones with him in the kivoto. Ke ipsothi to idor apotis gis. Imeris ekaton pentikonta, and the water was raised up high from the earth 150 days. So now if this was on top of the 40 days and 40 nights that it rained, then that means that they were in that ark over 6 months. And we will continue with this story in the 8th chapter, and I hope that you will join us in this wonderful instance of God delivering his people. God bless.